Good morning on a Saturday. Happy weekend to you. My kind of pseudo vacation starting to wind down a little bit. Of course, the big story is I come to you from the Portland, Vancouver area. I'm Rod Hill, is the fact that we have likely weekend showers coming. And that's what I've got displayed on this first graphic. Here's the upper level low coming in tomorrow morning, coming right on top of British Columbia, flow pattern working into our region. Here's that same low on Sunday. It's weekend now. If you notice on Sunday, see the stronger low centers are now east of us. This is kind of a developing low on the backside of what was the main low, if you will, but it still brings us clouds and shower chances. And then this low on Sunday invigorates itself and drops into central Oregon on Monday. So you got one, two, three chances of showers. Now, I'm going to get into all of this, but I will tell you that these low centers are for the most part dropping straight down out of Canada and then developing over our area. So they're not bringing in, not into Oregon anyway, a ton of Pacific moisture. So it's going to be interesting to see how much total rain amounts we get or don't get. Certainly, we see more rain up in Washington than we do Oregon, but the cooler weather, the cloudiness, and some showery weather at least will be with us for those 3 upcoming days. And by the way, snow levels tomorrow are going to be as low as about 5,000 feet up on Mount Hood. So that's chilly air for this time of the year. Okay, the Momentous Wealth podcast. I hope some of you have taken advantage. If you like listening to podcasts, to find these in Spotify. You can also listen on Apple Podcasts. This is brought to you by a local team, Todd Pisarcik. He's the CEO of Momentous Wealth Management, and his podcast, pretty good information for investors wanting to educate themselves. The Momentous Wealth Podcast. Okay, let's check out one little bit of climate, and then I'm going to get you into the forecast because I'm following along with great joy, actually, of the fact that so far we are not having a hot June. So get this. These are site specific to Portland and PDX. 9 of the first 13 days this month have been below 80, meaning highs have been in the 60s and 70s. 9 of 13 days. That's like good old fashioned Northwest weather, right? The warmest temperature we've had is 86. Haven't hit 90, obviously. Now, the mean temperature, when you average everything, is still running 2.5 degrees above normal. And you're like, well, wow, why is it that warm, that much above normal? Keep in mind the normal high in the climate book, the 30-year average that's reset every 10 years, is only 74 degrees. I mean, yesterday was 76. So technically the high yesterday was 2 degrees above normal. So that kind of answers that question. So while we have had a lot of comfortable weather compared to the 30-year averages, we're still on an upward tick. Total rainfall, most of that was that first day or two of the month, 1.04. We're 17/100 of an inch above normal, but we have more coming in. And remember, for the entire month, we're only at 1.63. So really, we're in pretty good news. And all of this, I like to keep preaching, all of this leads to the fact that lack of heat, lack of incredibly dry weather is holding fire season off just a little bit. So that's certainly all good news. Okay, let's get you into what's happening. Here's the water vapor imagery this morning. I'm coming to you early at 7:19 right now on this Saturday. And what I want you, if you watch my mouse, see right up in here, the kind of the greenish tones, that's the upper level low that's developing over Canada, but partially in the Gulf of Alaska, that's going to be dropping down into us. Now, if you look back here, you're seeing a pretty good moisture surge. And you're like, oh, wow, this is some decent rain. But this moisture surge that I have my mouse on right now, that holds off. That does not come into us. So what we're going to be dealing with the next several days is this upper level low lowering into us, bringing some moisture with it, but not a ton. And I think the fact that this back here, this surge holds off, the water vapor imagery really highlights that pretty well. Okay, let's look at just rain amounts coming in Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. That's the big story of this outlook. We've had these rain chances for this weekend in the forecast all week. This is the American GFS model, which has done pretty well this June. I've talked about its success over for the Northwest the last couple of months. This is this morning. I think this first band of what looks like rain, at least by the time you get into our area south of Seattle, is just some increasing cloudiness. We had increasing high clouds, mid to high clouds yesterday. We'll get that again today. Now, eventually, there is a shower threat. This is getting into this afternoon, but mainly in the mountains up in Washington, the Olympics and the Cascades. Very little, if any, when you get into the flats of I-5, and no moisture here in Oregon, at least not here on the western side of our state. This is this afternoon. Okay, let's play this into tomorrow morning and see what we have. Okay. Overcast skies. The green areas are showing you scattered showers. Again, not a lot up and down I-5 early in the morning. And notice how the showery weather stays mainly in the mountains until we get into the afternoon. And here we are getting into the afternoon hours on Saturday. And this is widespread, at least some light rain activity in much of western Washington. Notice Portland, the Columbia River is kind of the southern edge of anything widespread. So far better chance of some rainy periods on Saturday up in Kelso, Longview, and Cowlitz County. Far less chance, certainly when you get south of Portland down into Salem, and no rain chance down here in Medford or Roseburg or Coos Bay, or Central Oregon or Eastern Oregon. Here we are tomorrow afternoon. Already starting to see this first wave of moisture break up. And if you just look up and down I-5, there's very little. This is mostly showing mountains, Cascades, and Coast Range and Willapa Hills. Okay. Let's go into Sunday. Well, here's Sunday morning. If the modeling is right, the moisture is all the way up here in Canada. And while I think that there is a shower chance ongoing, this shows the best chance for anything measurable on Sunday is well up near the Canadian border. This is getting into Sunday afternoon. Now we've got some showers picking up, but look at most of us aren't getting anything. So this is cool weather, a lot of clouds, rain chance, but not much. And then we're going to go into Monday. Monday now, this shows some significant weather in terms of measurable rain chances out across Eastern Oregon. Very little here on the west side, but still a lot of clouds, still cool. We'll just play this into Monday afternoon. Here's some rain coming down into the Central Valley and all the way down into Eugene and down into Roseburg in Oregon. Not much up in Washington. Very little, if anything, down in Medford. And you've got some decent rain Monday over in far Eastern Oregon if you're traveling out that way. Here's a lot of clouds, some cool weather, and some showers in Western Oregon, including Portland, getting into Monday afternoon. And then by the time we get to Tuesday, it's pretty much the rain chances are pretty much all done. Okay, that's the American GFS model. Now, how much rain are we talking about? So this shows, and I firmly believe that these numbers, at least for Oregon, are way too high. Okay, this is tomorrow afternoon. How much rain falls tomorrow morning through the afternoon at 5 p.m.? It does show up around Seattle. There could be 3 to 4 tenths of an inch of rain. It shows there could be a half of an inch of rain up in Astoria down through Tillamook. Shows a quarter of an inch in Portland. I bet you have to be up into the Cascade foothills to get that. And it shows less than a tenth of an inch of rain down through Salem and even lesser amounts in Eugene and nothing down into Medford. Now, these are cumulative rain totals. So how much is going to fall? Let's just play this into Monday. Monday's when the rain chances come to an end. This shows about 3 tenths in Portland. Could be closer to only a tenth. It shows between a tenth and 2 tenths down into Eugene. Very little, if anything, down in extreme southern Oregon. But you've got a half of an inch of rain up in Seattle, and you've got some decent moisture out over the Blue Mountains. This is great news for fire season. Absolutely wonderful news for fire season, because I don't see any stormy chance. This is just clouds, cool weather, and some beneficial rains. This shows 39 100ths maybe out over the crest of the Blue. So if that's true, and some wetting, not so much in Central Oregon, but out east. So that would be good news. Okay, let's check out one more model. That was the American GFS model. Here's the national blended model. These are rain totals through Monday afternoon. Half of an inch up in Kelso, Longview, about 2 tenths in Portland. See, that's more believable. Maybe Portland gets 2 tenths of an inch of rain. That's Saturday, Sunday, Monday. That's 3 days of trying to get measurable rainfall, and all we come up with is 2 tenths. So the bigger story would be clouds, cool weather, some wetting, but not much. And again, anything holds off fire season, keeps us from just, going at a high drive. And it turns out when it comes to really drying out our soil. Shows about a half of an inch in Astoria, a trace to nothing down in far southern Oregon. And it shows about 2 tenths to 3 tenths up in Seattle. You've got over an inch of rain in some of the Cascades, from the Washington Cascades down to Mount Hood. That's great for fire season. This shows only a tenth to maybe 3 tenths of an inch of rain over the Blues, but that's some. Okay, so I hope you got the picture that there's going to be more rain overall up in Washington than Oregon. while we have 3 days of upcoming rain chances, we're not going to see a lot of total rain in the gauge, but we are going to see clouds and cooler weather Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Okay, this is the air mass track. This is 5,000 feet at 850 millibars. We're looking to see are we in cool air or air that has the potential to become hot. Again, so far, the warmest temperature in Portland this month has been 86 degrees. So the green and blue is the cool air mass. Here we are this afternoon. Here's that cool air mass getting ready to feed into us. Highs only in the 70s in Portland today. There's Saturday. See how we're in the blue and the green? That's that cool air mass with showery weather and clouds and temperatures only in the 60s for many of us, including Portland. This is Sunday. We're still in it. This is Monday. We're still in it. And then getting into Tuesday is the transition day where we try to warm up a little bit. And then we do have some warmer weather coming, certainly up into the 80s, the back half of next week. And I'm going to stop this on, let me look at my notes. I'm going to stop this on Friday, June 21st. Let me get to Friday. This is Friday afternoon, June 21st. Okay. See how now, so this is a week. This is the end of next week, Friday of next week. See how all of a sudden all the cool weather's gone. We start to warm up gradually the mid part of next week. And then by Friday, all of the West is in this fairly warm air. Some of the modeling is showing that at least parts of the Willamette Valley, including Portland, including up into Vancouver, have a chance to hit 90 degrees for a couple of days, maybe Friday and Saturday, Friday the 21st, pardon me, and Saturday the 22nd. So we'll see. Once you get into Sunday the 23rd, we're still warm. Well, this shows that maybe there's another day where we could be well up into the 80s and maybe hitting 90 degrees. But once we get into the week of Monday, the 24th, now you're going to see cooler weather slowly come in and push things out. Here's Thursday, the 27th of June. And there's a cool finish, if this is true, to the month of June. I'm going to play this into, let me see, the last day here is Sunday, June 30th, and that's cool weather. So the only chance of heat we're looking at would be a week from this weekend that we're in. Could we be at least near 90 Friday of next week, Saturday, Sunday, maybe into Monday? There's a 2, 3, 4 day period that we're looking to see if it gets hot. And really, that's it. All right. Let's run you through some temperatures real quick now that I've shown you what's going to be upcoming. No advisories, no big winds, just some west breezes, some clouds, some cool weather, and ongoing chances of showers Saturday into Monday. Okay. Government camp. Remember tomorrow I said on Saturday the snow level is around 5,000 feet. This shows a rain-snow mix in the air and 44 degrees. Shows showers in the mountains likely on Sunday and 49. If anything, I would say these temperatures on Sunday, Monday might be a little too warm. But I love the fact that this forecast shows there's at least a snow sighting chance, a snowflake sighting chance, and maybe some snow at Timberline Lodge on Saturday night and the Sunday mornings. That's what's going on up into the Cascades. Something to keep an eye on. Again, it's coming up on 7:30, so it's early morning, Medford 54. This doesn't show any rain in Medford, and that's very believable. If anything, there's going to be some days with some clouds and some traceable amounts of showers possible. But overall, this looks increasing clouds, 77 today, a partly sunny, cooler Saturday, a 71 degree Sunday, and then warming up starting Tuesday of next week. And there's that heat coming in. There's Thursday, 89 degrees down in Southern Oregon. What about Bend? Slight chance of showers this coming Monday as that cooler weather moves in. It looks 72 today. Here's the cool down, though, for most of our areas. 62 Saturday, 64 Sunday, only 60 in Central Oregon on Monday. And then there's the warming trend. There's Thursday, 82, kind of what we've been talking about. Okay, let's bounce it up to Seattle. My family's going up there today. 65 degrees, mostly cloudy, chance of showers. If you're going to be up in Seattle this weekend, absolutely cloudy, absolutely submersible rainfall. I think both days, but especially Saturday. Fighting to hit 60. When you look at a high that's 60 degrees, it's very possible that most of the day in Seattle tomorrow is only in the 50s. Well, that's chilly weather, right? 62. And then you've got dry weather going into next week, and there's the warm up, 76 in Seattle on Thursday. Let's show you one more. Let's just go down. A lot of you watch down around Eugene, Albany, Southern Oregon coast. Increasing clouds today, chance of showers all the way down to Eugene, Saturday, Sunday. But remember, it would probably be about 5 or 107 inch of rain at most down in the South Valley into Eugene. And then there's the warming 82 on Thursday. Okay, let's show you. Again, I'm not doing this 7-day forecast on my weather site, which I hope you'll bookmark, portlandweather.com. is set to the automated National Weather Service or weather.gov feed right now. So I wish the icons were better, but here, let me take you through it. Increasing clouds today after a nice sunny start, 72. Mid 60s the next 2 days over the weekend. Absolutely believable. And I think especially tomorrow, it could be completely cloudy. We may not get any sun. I would expect it to be cloudy more than not all weekend. The ongoing chance of getting some rain. Models like a better chance of rain Saturday than Sunday in terms of major, but we'll see. Only mid 60s. The shower chance holds on Monday, yes. And then we dry out Tuesday and we warm up. This is 80 on Wednesday, 82 on Thursday. Could be potentially mid 80s on Thursday, and then we could be upper 80s to maybe 90 that going into that following Friday, Saturday, which I talked about. Okay. I'm meteorologist Rod Hill. That is my update. If you haven't subscribed, I hope you will. It helps me out. Thank you for listening, and I'll talk to you soon.